ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the fact.
EMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the the actual hustler side or the aspirational side, just
you know what I mean? That's right. You know, I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He's been working with them for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork. If I was ratting it, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean?
I don't give what you talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling on nobody. Because if you telling, you can't even look forward to going home.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything in his...
Welcome back to Fame Flux, where the truth behind fame gets exposed. Meech has reportedly fired back at 50 Cent with a threatening text message warning him to stop speaking about his son or face serious consequences. This came shortly after 50 released a bizarre and damaging video showing Lil Meech allegedly reporting his old friend to the police and leaving him to take the blame.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
Not legal what?
To have a...
Shockingly, that same friend is now siding with 50, claiming he ended up in prison because Lil Meech betrayed him. For months, 50 Cent has been throwing constant shots at the father and son duo. But now it appears Big Meech has reached his breaking point.
Oh. Good, man.
Hey, super shocking money, man.
Yeah.
What y'all found about him? What y'all found?
Sources suggest if 50 keeps pushing, this feud could spiral into something far uglier than before. The controversy really escalated after 50 dropped a body cam video that instantly went viral. The footage appeared to capture Lil Meech betraying his friend during a late-night traffic stop. In the clip, his associate was arrested, and from his side of the story, it was Meech's actions that sealed his fate. The recording shows Lil Meech sitting in the back of a patrol car while both men were being detained. At one point, just after officers reported finding a firearm, Meech is heard asking, "Did you discover the other stuff?"
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal.
Not legal what?
To have a firearm.
I'm talking about this.
Huh? Talking about the other guy? Yeah.
That's illegal.
That single question shifted everything. Instead of closing the search, the officer was prompted to dig deeper into the vehicle, even though he had already stated that simply possessing the gun wasn't a major offense. This moment transformed what could have been a minor situation into something far more serious, placing all eyes back on Lil Meech and adding fresh fuel to the fire between his family and 50 Cent. And here's where things take an even darker turn. The same friend who ended up imprisoned after Lil Meech's alleged betrayal has now gone public, revealing everything on Instagram alongside the explosive body cam footage.
I swear to God, sir.
I know, but
Sir,
unfortunately,
sir.
there's certain procedures we have to follow
Okay,
anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right, so listen,
You
sir.
understand that, correct?
Please give
Do
me
you have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not
Okay.
pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out
Please, just
after
do it.
the fact, okay?
Thank you.
But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay, you
Can I
understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around for me. Be cooperative. Everything's on video and audio surveillance. Plus, I'm on body cam. You understand that?
The individual, who goes by the handle 3Luck, dropped receipts that left fans stunned. He posted multiple pictures of himself hanging out with Lil Meech, proof of their once close relationship. Alongside the images, he accused Meech of snitching to police, claims tied to charges involving both guns and drugs. In the caption, he didn't hold back, writing, "Reason I got to go do Fed time. See this? I hate fake dudes like Lil Meech. My traw of life's supposed to be real, but dude ain't."
Do you have anything else on you at this point?
No, sir, I promise I don't.
Okay.
Just a hacker, sir.
No, I
I'm here
understand.
tonight.
Man.
Do you have a concealed
ruin my
weapons
life.
permit or anything like
No,
that?
I don't, sir. They left that in my bag. My little brother's he was outside waiting for me, sir. I promise you, sir, that's not mine. I have security guards, sir. I'm an actor.
Okay.
You see how much jewelry I have on me? I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
He's saying that he's an actor and he has private security guards.
Does he have
didn't
security
pack-
weapons permission?
No,
sir.
he doesn't have
And
a.
listen, sir, I just want to tell
All
you.
right. His ID and everything's supposedly in the bag.
Listen,
where
sir, I
the
want to tell you 1 second. I fly every week, sir. I have security guards, and we'll rush into the airport. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show. Sir, this will ruin my life.
3 Luck didn't stop there. He threw shade directly at Big Meech, saying he raised a lame and accused Lil Meech of making him take the fall while he was literally asleep in the car. He painted the betrayal as calculated, not accidental. He also made sure to highlight 50 Cent's support for his side, pointing out that 50 had backed him in exposing Lil Meech as a snake. In another post, he claimed he admitted he was sorry and was going to pay me back, including being disloyal to 50 at the same time. Why you asking 12 if they got the guns and other stuff off me? That ain't nothing but telling. The rant closed, with him revealing how long he'd known the family, over 20 years, only to find out that loyalty didn't go both ways. In his words, Lil Meech was disloyal himself, and that betrayal had cost him everything.
If I was ratting, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean? You better believe it, my nigga. Yeah, it'd be on CNN. You know, you got some people insinuate, Big Meech telling on Mexicans. How? Look on Wikipedia. It'll tell you Daniel Correll out of LA, he telling on me. Shit, you know, the penitentiary rules is if you do not call a man hot or a rat or a snitch, or that he cooperating with the government without having paperwork to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Right. If not, you get your bitch ass up top. You check in, or your car check you in. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, you're not supposed to send her. Oh yeah, I think Big Meech hot. No, you don't think that. You show that, or you keep your opinion.
How you with the same dude that put me in an F-ed up position? That was the message 3 Luck delivered as he vented online, blasting Lil Meech for betrayal. He revealed he had spent massive amounts of money on lawyers and even posted 3 separate bonds just to fight the case, all while watching Lil Meech stay clean and avoid responsibility. In his words, he accused Lil Meech of keeping up appearances while letting others pay the ultimate price. He claimed Meech was more focused on protecting his own image, even as his so-called friend was left drowning in debt and legal trouble. 3 Luck went on to share that the fallout cost him more than money. He said he lost his business, drained his savings, and is now facing years away from his child, all because, in his eyes, Lil Meech snitched to the police. To twist the knife further, he referenced Big Meech's famous saying, writing, "These the same dudes that say, death before dishonor. That's just words like, I love you." At this point, Lil Meech has not officially addressed the accusations, but one person who did jump in immediately was none other than 50 Cent.
Came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. You know, so I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, you know, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone. He like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, you know, it sounded crazy, but of course, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing. So of course I wanted to do it. You know, I just didn't know if I could do it.
Wasting no time, he took shots at Lil Meech with his signature brand of trolling. 50 reposted a screenshot from power star Michael Rainey Jr.'s Instagram and turned it into a dig at Meech.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3 just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. This is the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. This is the chandelier. And I might have seen told DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
I'm just gonna go
2 million.
His caption read, "I'm proud of you, Michael. I looked at your page, LOL. See what happens when you don't use drugs and spend all your money on Chrome Hearts jeans?" The mocking tone was clear. 50 was setting fire to Lil Meech's image while fueling the scandal further. Within just hours, 50 Cent doubled down. He re-uploaded the explosive body cam video of Lil Meech allegedly betraying his friend, this time pairing it with screenshots from the friend's posts and adding a brutal caption. "How you gonna throw your strap and drugs on your man lap while he sleep? Like here this year? LOL. But 50 wasn't done yet. Later, he dropped yet another troll post, this time sharing a picture from the BMF performance. His caption twisted the knife deeper. Popped. First, he went to the airport with a gun and was popped panicking. Now he on tape telling on his friends, "I really don't care. This is bad." The airport reference tied back to another infamous incident involving Lil Meech. Leaked footage showed him being arrested after TSA discovered an unloaded gun inside his luggage. The problem? He didn't have a license for the weapon. The arrest added fuel to the fire, becoming another scandal that critics quickly tied to his growing list of controversies. The most bizarre part of that arrest came when Lil Meech, who was 23 years old at the time, allegedly tried to argue that he wasn't legally an adult. The claim left authorities stunned and critics online in disbelief. To top it all off, he reportedly pulled out the classic celebrity card in desperation, asking officers, "Do you know who I am?" and revealing his name while trying to convince TSA to cut him a break. Instead of saving him, the move only made the situation worse, fueling the perception that he was reckless, entitled, and out of touch. It's no secret that 50 Cent thrives on stirring the pot. And with this new video of Lil Meech allegedly betraying his friend, he suddenly had premium content for his relentless Instagram trolling. But this time, things took a turn, because Big Meech himself decided to step into the spotlight. Breaking his usual silence, Big Meech fired back with a warning aimed directly at 50. After seeing the string of posts that not only labeled his son a snitch, but also questioned his parenting, he shared a series of father-son pictures with a bold caption, "Nothing can stop us. We all the way up." But sources suggest this wasn't just about posting images for the public. Behind the scenes, rumors began swirling that Big Meech was taking private action as well. Insiders claim he reached out directly to one of 50's long-standing associates with a message that was impossible to ignore. "Tell him to stop playing with my son, or else." Now, Big Meech has never been one to flex empty threats. His reputation speaks for itself. So, even though he doesn't typically talk tough in public, the shift in tone here signaled a new level of seriousness. The ripple effects were immediate. Industry chatter suggests that even certain producers connected to the BMF series became uneasy with the escalating feud. Some allegedly stepped back, trying to calm things down before the tension between 50 and the Flenory family spilled over into something uncontrollable. With Big Meech now actively defending his son and pushing back against 50 Cent's trolling, the drama has officially left the realm of petty Instagram jabs and entered dangerous new territory. It's important to remember that 50 Cent's campaign against the Flenory family didn't start with random trolling of Lil Meech. The tension truly began earlier this year when Big Meech was seen linking with Rick Ross. That single moment set 50 off, and he immediately escalated the feud by accusing Big Meech of being a rat. 50 even went as far as sharing screenshots of court documents, attempting to paint a picture that Meech had cooperated with authorities under the First Step Act. He suggested that longtime associate Tammy Cowens helped orchestrate the reduction, fueling a narrative that Meech's lighter sentence came through cooperation. But here's the reality. Nothing in Big Meech's actual case files confirms those claims.
Do you think Big Meech told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, "Hey, bust him, bust him, bust him." Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever. I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and settle boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying, authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And, you know, I say now, we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like, common sense, well, man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, you know, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my little content. Yeah. But if, you see, you know, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home.
The record shows he served 27 years out of a 30-year sentence, with his slight reduction tied to modifications in sentencing guidelines, not cooperation. In fact, Big Meech himself denied the snitching allegations during a rare jailhouse interview, stating flatly that if he had ever cooperated, the story would have exploded in the press long ago. The divide among fans is rooted in this very issue. Some argue that after nearly 3 decades behind bars, 50 had no business labeling Big Meech a snitch without hard evidence. Others, however, say that regardless of paperwork, Big Meech's decision to join forces with Rick Ross was its own form of betrayal, especially since 50 supported his family during his incarceration and personally gave Lil Meech his first big acting break. This split in opinion has only intensified the conflict, turning it from a personal feud into a larger debate about loyalty, legacy, and who truly holds the moral high ground in the BMF saga. It's also worth noting that 50 Cent has repeatedly hinted at what he believes is the real reason behind Big Meech's fallout with him. According to 50, the root of the betrayal was envy. He claimed that Big Meech couldn't handle the fact that Lil Meech had grown closer to 50 than to his own father. 50 recently posted about it on Instagram, saying that jealousy was the driving force that destroyed their relationship. In his version of events, Big Meech saw the bond between 50 and Lil Meech as a threat, and in turn, he cut off his own son's financial support in an attempt to regain control. But 50 didn't stop there. He accused Big Meech of being a negative influence on his son, alleging that instead of guiding him, Meech encouraged reckless spending habits and even glamorized drug use. In contrast, 50 painted himself as the one who stepped in as a father figure, trying to redirect Lil Meech before things spiraled out of control. The most shocking part of 50's claims came when he revealed that Lil Meech allegedly suffered a severe breakdown from substance abuse while BMF was filming. According to 50, he was the one who had to intervene, personally ensuring that Lil Meech received professional help. In his own words, 50 wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing drugs. He telling him he used to do X, like it's cool. I tell Mimi to chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know. I had to send Mimi to rehab." These claims painted 50 not just as a mentor, but as someone who stepped into a parental role, further fueling the narrative that Big Meech resented the bond. Following 50 Cent's explosive claims about sending Lil Meech to rehab, insiders across the industry began weighing in, questioning just how deep the fractures in the Flannery legacy really run. Some insiders backed 50's version, saying his involvement was the only reason Lil Meech was able to keep his career on track during those turbulent filming days. Others, however, believe 50 exaggerated details to tighten his grip on the narrative and further discredit Big Meech in the public eye. The tension grew sharper as rumors swirled that certain production staff members on BMF had witnessed erratic behavior behind the scenes, behavior that lined up with 50's allegations. Whispered accounts suggested late arrivals, slurred speech, and moments of unprofessional conduct, all of which reinforced the idea that 50 may have intervened at a critical moment. Yet supporters of the Flannery family pushed back, claiming these stories were strategically leaked to smear Lil Meech's name and weaken Big Meech's influence in the industry. They argue that even if rehab was part of the journey, it doesn't erase the opportunities that Lil Meech earned, nor does it justify tearing down a family legacy for headlines. What makes this even more intense is the timing. These allegations are surfacing just as whispers grow louder about Big Meech and Rick Ross working on their own competing BMF project with Floyd Mayweather. For critics, the connection is too convenient, painting 50's sudden revelations as a calculated strike meant to sabotage any rival production before it even begins. Whether fact or exaggeration, the fallout is undeniable. The more 50 speaks, the more the public perception of Lil Meech shifts from rising star to reckless figure, leaving fans questioning who is telling the truth and who is playing chess with the BMF name. Actor Russell Hornsby once recalled how chaotic things got on set, claiming Lil Meech's blood pressure spiked, and he even started throwing up during a weapons test. According to Hornsby, crew members later discovered Lil Meech had whippets stashed in his truck. When asked what that even meant, Hornsby admitted he was stunned to learn it was linked to compressed air canisters. Hardly the behavior expected from a rising star carrying his family's legacy. When Lil Meech first landed the role on BMF, he often spoke about feeling lost until 50 Cent stepped in, guiding him and even paying for his acting classes. Old interviews show the gratitude he expressed, but now that early optimism has been replaced with accusations of wasted opportunities. Reports allege that in just 3 years, Lil Meech burned through the $5 million he earned from the series, spending recklessly on flashy jewelry, expensive cars, and designer clothing, instead of securing long-term investments. The lavish lifestyle became his signature, but critics argue it left nothing behind but headlines. After everything 50 Cent invested into building his career and protecting his image, many believe 50 has a valid point. However, the snitching accusations complicate the narrative. Some people close to the Flannery circle now accuse 50 of hypocrisy, saying he chooses who gets labeled a snitch based on loyalty to him rather than hard facts. And that's where the real question lies. Did 50 go too far this time? Was calling Big Meech a rat purely about his ties to Rick Ross and the threat of a rival project, or was it a calculated move to crush any opposition? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think 50 was justified, or did he cross the line? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because this feud is far from over, and the next chapter promises even more twists.